Alright, we are in a league match. This one is against Fircoal, as you might be able to see there. I don't think I'm very happy with this 5-2, like at all. But we'll figure it out. Anyways, this board looks like it's going to be, there's Hasty Experiment, which seems like a big deal. I'm going to say it's going to be pretty Joust-centric, just because, I think a lot of the things that make the deck actually work are that way. Particularly, I think you're going to want this one, Domain, Renown, and stuff, so always okay, but I think we're really into Domain just because, there's Dominate sitting right here, and the plus buys seem valuable for this experiment. I think we're actually going to open Infirmary, overpay twice, with the idea that we don't actually need to be trashing down like as quickly as Chapel does, because with Experiment around, we should be able to, with Hasty Experiment down, we should be able to draw okay, particularly like if we can upgrade into it. I guess there's some case to be made for just like open upgrade, actually, cause, like, we can do upgrade, we can Desert Guides into it, we can hopefully upgrade an estate immediately, and if not, we can, like, buy experiments, right? It feels a little bit wasteful to, like, do the Infirmary now and, like, not have the upgrade power, or the power of upgrade, or whatever it is I'm trying to say here. Yeah. You could go really either way on this thing. I just don't know, like, if we don't do the Infirmary here, like, how are we trashing out our coppers? Maybe we aren't that quickly, but is that really a big deal? I don't know. Yeah, we'll take the upgrades and go ahead and guides right here and hope for the best. Okay. Things are working out. Now what? I could take Chapel as a way to trash coppers. I'm not, like, overly into that idea. Like, I think we want to be continuing to, upgrade estates to experiments. Like, next turn's gonna look a lot better. So maybe this is like a silver, with the idea that maybe we do well, actually we can take a Chapel here because we can upgrade the Chapel a little bit later also, right? Clear out the coppers with Chapel, upgrade it. Yeah. I'm a little bit concerned econ-wise, but I'm just not seeing a much better option. Right. Yeah, a little too much emphasis on clearing out coppers. Like, theoretically, we'll have a lot of draw from here, but I don't know. We may do these three. I kind of want to buy a Joust. I don't think there's much advantage to, like, holding estates. Like, we can upgrade the Chapel next turn. And kind of work our way up from there. I guess the alternative is, like, I trash out something like this, take another set of experiments, and then what? Then we're hitting, like, 4, that's not amazing. Or I could do this and buy a silver, that's another option. I'll do this and buy a silver. The idea that we definitely will, probably, or maybe not definitely, but the idea that we will hit with upgrade this turn. We'll be able to upgrade the Chapel next turn. And really hope that there's a copper on top instead of the Chapel. Okay, well, so much for that little idea. I think we want the experiments. I'm just trying to figure out like what's going to come with them. Probably a silver. How much money am I carrying right now? Right now I am carrying 6 coins. So a silver gets me up to 7. Okay, we can trash one of these as we add the Joust next turn. Won't be the prettiest, but it's alright. I guess we actually don't upgrade the chapel this turn. Is that right? No, that can't be right. I still want to be able to hit 8. For sure. Gross. That Barbarian's gonna hurt. But... let me do like this. Let's get our experiments. We could do another upgrade. With the theory that like we can upgrade up into Joust, with the notion that the Barbarian is going to wipe out something. I'm going to take another upgrade, and then like whatever the Barbarian hits, maybe I don't care, maybe it's an upgrade. We can go like silver to potion, potion to whatever this next turn. Maybe it's a Joust, maybe it's a Barbarian. And work from there. Okay, it's going to be a silver. That's actually really, really annoying. Really annoying. So this will go up into Barbarian. Guess. Maybe we buy a potion. Yeah. Yeah. Something went wrong here. In a major sort of way. Hopefully this hits province. No such luck. I don't know if I'm like not trash enough or what exactly is the deal with my deck. Right now I'm basically just hoping that you choose the wrong reward. Because yeah. The wrong reward being, well, that was the wrong reward. I just don't know that I can sustain like however many turns of this. Okay, missed that upgrade. This goes into Joust. Play Barbarian. Okay, that's really, really good. Maybe we just take another Joust. I'm trying to think, like, am I actually hitting 8 right now? And I'm not sure that the answer is yes. Like, we have the 2 upgrades. So right now this is like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, potentially 8. With another Joust. Yeah, if we're a little bit late to it, so be it. We will be late to it, but right now I just don't have the money. You get to replace your stuff. Could take experiments here. They'd set aside, and I would be upgrading something into gold and drawing it. That is actually fine. This will let me hit province this turn. We go upgrade Joust to gold. Finish that. Sure, play this. Hopefully hit the province again. No such luck. So I don't think Renown was the right reward, but at the same time, I'm going to be like two rewards behind, which is not ideal at all. We're going to take a coronet under the theory that like my best bet at this game is just to Barbarian the crap out of everything, and work from there. Is that accurate? I mean, I have to Barbarian the crap out of everything because I'm going to have to hit some of these rewards, right? I felt good about my start. I just like this Barbarian. I had like this plan without Barbarian, and then it got screwed up. So that was a lot of it. I don't know. Like I'm definitely taking Coronet because like we need to be playing our Barbarian a lot, right? That's the option. I guess the other option is doing like a Courser. I guess I'm gonna do this turn. In hopes that I don't know what I'm trying to hit, but it's not seeming to be going well. We'll take a set of experiments. Like right now, the thing is that like you take the Coronet and then yikes. What am I trying? How do I get this from here? I mean, I don't, right? Yeah, so we can work up to. I mean, I guess like now the goal is work up to dominate somehow. I guess you can just do it without help. That's annoying. More Vassal. I guess we could do it like a Sycophant that we upgrade into silver or something. I mean, you can still just. Wow. Okay, that was sudden. Yeah, things went badly when I was unable to get my province. I don't know. I mean, I had to play the start better. That's what it really comes down to. I was not thrilled with the, it's my start. I was not thrilled with the 5-2, by any means. But like, I don't know. Like the chapel experiment open was definitely where I thought it was at, and I couldn't do that, and maybe I should have done better. Oh, this is another 5-2 that I really, really don't like at all. Because you can open Spice Merchant Steward, and that looks amazing, and instead I'm opening Supplies plus... what? Inventor? Probably Inventor. Just because like that gets you the gains a little bit faster. It doesn't like trash, but at the same time I feel like, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more into the deck, quicker and hope for the best. My other option is like Spice Merchant if I want to try to split it like 4-3, at which point maybe I can take Inventor Steward and not be too unhappy about things. I could go remake. The 3s are not something that I want a ton of quite yet. I mean, we'll want to play with a lot of Steward, but I was trying to split it 4-3. Okay, so this probably ends up being an Inventor or a village green. As it's going to end up being an inventor. Next turn is hitting probably 4. Again, maybe I actually do take remake at this point. Like, I can hit 4 next turn. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that idea, actually. If I draw the Spice Merchant, which I don't, but I do hit 4 anyways. Alright, are we throwing the Village Green in there and hoping for the best, or are we putting a second Spice Merchant? I would love to put a second Spice Merchant, but the remake's not actually doing anything. Minor little issue here. Right. Okay, this can go next turn. I'll take an Inventor. Next turn's going to remake 2 estates. Hope. Or I could take another Village Green. Like, we don't necessarily need the Inventor. We're going to be gaining 2 Stewards. I mean, we do need the Inventor, but, like, does it actually fit into my deck next shuffle? I'm less sure about that. Yeah, I'm less sure about that. I'm going to take Village Green again here. May end up regretting that decision. Steward. Another supply seems better than nothing, or maybe we just let's go ahead and take a duck. I don't really want to put this. Well, that true. No, the supplies should be fine. Should be drawing relatively okay, I hope. Okay, 2 cards. There's a steward in there, but we want to see a little bit more. Maybe this goes into a silver now, and I buy the Inventor here. Another steward's not doing a ton, and we can pretend. Well, we're remaking whatever, right? So actually a steward is a little bit better just because it may help me draw a touch. And then does this want to be a Inventor? Probably not. It probably wants to be a Village Green, and then we're going to remake into Inventors. With our little bit of extra action power. Just to really make sure that we draw with the Village Green. Might even be able to gain and play. Alright, I'm convinced. I'm less convinced that things aren't, like, completely lost already, but it's an amusing thing to think about. Not been a fan of the opening splits. Let's keep the horse around for now. Okay, let's not keep the horse around anymore. Okay, so we will be able to gain and play the Inventor that we are gaining from the Steward. What do we want from it? I'll just take 2 Village Greens. I mean, it's the only village, so, like, at some point, you know, you gotta have them. And I'm a little bit afraid if I don't take one, you are more than capable of taking 3 this next turn. Like, you have the remake and you have some horses to use, so let's go ahead and do it. It's just going to be the last 2 Village Greens somehow, I'm guessing. drawing on. Okay, we're going to want to hold these horses for a little bit. Well, we're going to want to hold the horses a touch just because, like, there's this potential that we would rather be remaking them, even like post an inventor play. It's a copper right now. So, like, I probably want to duck it. I'm trying to think here, like, how do we make this deck work a little bit better? More inventor seems necessary. I'll just take like a couple ducats. That doesn't do a whole lot of good without the extra cost reduction in, though. Okay. Inventor, sure. The supplies gives buy. Or not the supplies gives buy. The supply gives gains. You can do buy with the monkeys. I'm just not sure that you really want to be depending on that. It's gotta be. Okay, this is fine. I have a little bit of inventor advantage. I'm just not sure, like, how to get this where we're drawing as much as we'd like to. I'm also considering, like, orchard points here. Like, Steward gives an orchard for me, right? Which might be useful going forward. Like, we have stewards, we have village greens, we have inventors, we have, I guess, horses at the end of a turn. What are we buying? Change? I'm not producing a lot of money, but I think that's probably okay. We would gain, like, steward, change, then the Spice Nutrition remake can go that way instead. Instead of remaking into, like, duchy or whatever that isn't as appealing. And who knows, like, we have how many gains? Well, we have a lot, because there's the plus buy, so, like, potentially we'll be able to empty steward plus supplies and like, do that in a way that you probably just can't right now. I'm guessing, I'm hoping, in that, like, it will produce a point lead for you. Would be the idea. You don't have, I guess you have supplies, you can target stewards with those, but then you don't get the horses at the end. We'll see. The change may have needed to be a duchy. It just seems like there's a lot of stuff you need to get. You need to get, like, your inventors, you need to get your, I guess you don't have your stewards, you would get your stewards. So you could actually maybe get a tie right here. Or better. Supplies steward. And this change should have been a duchy. That was just bad. I may be losing here. No, there's not going to be the buys. Okay, never mind. So I don't think so. Oh, nope, there's going to be the buys. No, there's not going to be the buys. Alright, we're good. I mean, my target's definitely supplies steward plus something. I'm gonna have to burn the horses, clearly. Let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah. Gotta draw. Got a village. I guess gotta draw. Okay, last card is a village green. I am definitely lacking in gains to do what I would like to do without that village green that is sitting on the bottom of my deck. If I'm not going to need horses, I could trash a supplies for it. Then what's happening? I think we have to go up and get ourselves a province. Man, if I had that village green, I believe this would be a win. But I mean, it's not here. I'd have 4 actions I could play. No, it would be a win. That's just a lie. So what needs to happen now? What needs to happen is probably I need to work my way up to duchies. I mean, I need to work my way into a point lead. What's the best way of doing that? Like, we're gonna get 3 horses from supplies. That needs to happen. I kind of want to make sure that I can actually pay off the change, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Like if we change Spice Merchant to Province, we're not going to fully pay off the debt, which is probably actually okay. Like on a full turn, it's not an issue. So Inventor for, I think go like remakes. I'm trying to figure out like whether we want to go remakes or Spice Merchants. The advantage of Spice Merchants is that like we have this ability to trash the supplies for, you know, a little bit extra next turn, whereas the remakes, that's not as much the case. So on the other hand, like I want to hold the remake a lot more than I want to hold the Spice Merchant. So like if we go remake, change Spice Merchant to Province, pay off. Change Spice Merchant to Province, play the 3 supplies, have a 4-point lead. I don't know if that's good enough, but I think it's what I have to go for. Province, Duchy, Province. Okay, let's hope I get another turn. Might not. The good news is like you don't have. We're just tight on actions. Both of us are. You might not miss your last village green like I did, but you know. And you know, I have the ability to get more provinces as needed. Like the change will help with that considerably, right? Whereas you're maybe a little bit more limited. I don't know. The other thing we're going to want to be careful about is like, are we going to be able to like remake into inventors or house, more supplies into steward. I don't think that you're going to have a win here. Well, if you are able to play 3 inventors, 1 monkey, no. Just because I don't think that the point potential exists in your deck anymore. You can make up the 4 easily. You can get 2 duchies, but then the question is, like, what about these other things? Right. You can't really get yourself producing more gains. Because more gains requires more actions, unless you're going to be like gaining tools, but that's still looking at, as kind of a next turn thing. Which I guess the thing that points to is maybe my inventor gain should have been like tools duchy instead of 2 remakes. It would be 1 fewer points, but on the other hand, it gives me, as I say, a little bit more gaining power for this next turn. Other thing we have to be a little bit careful about is, like, as we go into this turn, and we definitely are not drawing, am I going to be able to play all 3 supplies? It's a fairly sketchy point, because I don't believe that I'm drawing this next turn. Or can I, like, get another change into province early on, maybe do a village green for next turn to give myself a little bit of extra oomph going into it, maintain enough of a point lead that I'm satisfied with that. Because, like, a duration village green would make a pretty big impact here if we're able to manage one in terms of turn potential. I think a win for you is not. Maybe you'll find it, but I don't think it's. I think it's out of the picture for this turn. Anyways. Buying a province. There's 4 horses on top. Like, how badly do I need this point lead? Probably pretty badly. And the change can produce a lot of extra coin. I want to do at least those 2. Remake into 2 changes. Is a question. I'm gonna have to burn that. What do I want to do? I'd really like to duration a village green, but I'm starting to think that that's going to be out of the picture. Yeah. Draw again. Ouch. There's 2 village greens down there. I can't, like, change any of these things unless I regain them. I guess we're drawing on. Hoping for the best. Okay. Now what? I just, like, Inventor. Bottom deck village green twice in a row. And maybe we Inventor, like, change? Are we buying? I don't really have the goods to support all of this, so maybe we're actually going to be remaking remakes into duchies. That lowers that a little bit, but I'm not sure that there's really other options. And then playing change, sure. I guess the other options we can, like, Inventor, gain a remake, and then buy remake? Is that true? No, it's not. So I guess, I mean, we can play change, but then what are we buying? We're buying duchy. That doesn't actually help. We could buy spice merchant. We want to get through some supplies. Man. I mean, I felt pretty toasted since the start, but I'd still like to figure out how to recover this one a little bit better. I guess the other thing we could do is we could have remade the change, but I mean, I want to keep it around just because I want the province potential. It's maybe silly, but and I mean, I'm pretty sure this should be nothing, and we're just going to hope we don't lose on your turn, which seems fairly likely that I do, but, you know, it's not going to take a whole lot. I mean, it's just like, did you draw all your green or did you not draw all your green? I mean, my last 2 turns, especially the one before this last one, just did not execute because I bottom decked a village green, and that was really bad. You can't like be doing that when you need the gains, or when you need the village for gains. I mean, I think there were other problems. Like I took forever to get thin. Part of that was the 2/5. But even so, it's like, it just did not happen. Anyways, we'll move on to this one, which features Groom Cemetery. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot else here. I guess the question on the open is whether to open church or not. Or like Shantytown or church or whatever. I guess Shantytown's like, alright. I mean, you're gonna Groom Cemetery, you can play Shantytown after. I would like to play with maybe like 1 Enlarge. Probably. Yeah. Shantytown. Groom. Okay, this is not good. At all. I mean, we'll gain our cemetery. Do I want Ghost more than I want to cycle? No, I mean, oh man. Next turn's so ugly. Maybe I don't gain the cemetery? I don't know. Let's just gain Groom. I think I just have to gain Groom here. It's like, I can't cycle and I don't feel like I can gain the cemetery just because it ruins my buying power so much. I mean, I think we take the cemetery and then no ghost. That's like the only real thing we can do. Okay, we got 3 again. That's actually okay. We can get another shanty town, which is not amazing, but it does keep us potentially cycling a little bit better, which is a really big deal. I say as the Groom misses. I'm so toast. Good. I am so dead. Like, there is nothing. I am so dead. There is nothing to do about this loss. This is just utter destruction. Because my open was so, or my turn 3 was so fatally bad. Like, I have not been able to get another Groom. Now I'm going to, but it's so too late. The main thing I can maybe make happen is like, I don't even know. It should just be another Groom, I guess. Maybe we start buying like estates. I don't know. I guess probably like maybe I shouldn't have been trashing those things at this point. No, it's too late now, isn't it? Yeah. Let's do that. Alright, let's watch the green that I can actually do something about go by. Yeah, alright. Enough of this crap. I would really like to not lose games before turn 4. What do we have here? Poet Bureaucracy. Well, if you get Garrison, you're actually okay. Right. So that's kind of tempting. I mean, we should be trying to get Garrison. I just don't really know if we can properly cut them off. The village is a little bit iffy. I mean, you have Snowy Village Flagship, which does actually kind of work out. There's change for trashing. That's fine. I don't know how much you want to play with that. But I mean, how much control over Garrison do we want? Probably quite a lot. Yeah, we get Tent. We can top deck Tent. Like do the thing where you kind of try to make things work where like you get the Garrison and they get no opportunity at it. I mean, I think it's really important just because that's like the only way that you're drawing. All right, I'm pretty convinced by Tent Poet. I'm just trying not to put together something that would have me in likely demotion at this point. This will be a snowy. What are we doing with like 5? I mean, I can top deck whatever, right? If we buy a snowy here, I'd be burying it and then what? So maybe this should be like an engineer. We're going to bury the engineer next turn. If we see your engineer, then we're pretty happy about things. If If we don't see our engineer, then we probably just don't rotate. That's easy enough. Or maybe we do rotate and say, like, come get however many garrisons. Okay, well, we're rotating, and we're going to get our garrison, and we're going to top deck engineer. That's what's going to happen here. I should have top deck tent. Get over it. Guess we may as well bury like one of the. Actually, we can bury both because we can bury Necropolis next turn. Yeah, let's just bury one. Call it a day. So the question is, now what? Play that. Just buy Hillfort. Kind of need a snowy, so maybe we're gonna like bury Necropolis Garrison. And buy snowy. And this turn we go ahead and get our Hillfort, or a crop rotation, probably our Hillfort. Get some start a turn draw. Okay. What's in there? There's another garrison in there. No, there is no other garrison in there. Okay, I draw my other garrison because everything is magical. What do I want? Like, double flagship? I don't really need it. I guess we could also go like Hillfort Warehouse here. It'll gain a lot of stuff. I mean, coppers, mostly. But at the same time, like, we do want to be playing with multiple Hillforts, maybe? There's an Acropolis in there. Yeah, alright, I'm convinced. Well, that doesn't need to be going on top. And the hope is, like, your off turns are just, like, catastrophic. And I'm able to keep finding a garrison. At least. A lot of poets. Should be discarding the tent, probably. Trying to think, like, should I look at how much of this should I look at? I guess we should probably look at one more card before playing the snowy. Maybe a flagship can go to hand, or a poet can go to hand. Okay. Take like double poet warehouse, double flagship, double poet. Kind of uncomfy with my village situation, but such is life. I mean, the uncomfiness is I have two, right? Like getting a next turn flagship. Whoa. Getting a next turn flagship out would be extremely beneficial. Jesus. I mean, are we just buying a province? It seems like we're just buying a province here. The garrisons are gonna... God damn. The garrisons are gonna miss, which is really bad. But I'm not, like... There's not a whole lot we can do about that right now. I think we just have to take our stuff. Maybe bury garrison. Like, are we going to be trying to go for good turns, or are we just going to like live with what we got? We knew the village thing was a problem. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm happy about the garrisons, but I also feel like at the same time I'm losing this game just because my turns aren't going well and I haven't been getting garrisons out and I haven't been doing every little thing I want to do, which is probably unrealistic. It's just I'm not doing every little thing I want to do. Yeah. And I look at you and you're like getting this, 8x garrison out without a whole lot of help, seemingly. Doesn't bode well. Last year I got problems because it felt like there was nothing else to do. I think the crop rotation was kind of a waste. Like, I don't think it's... Well, maybe it's... When you have the garrisons out, it's probably fairly realistic to see that. We can get over the shuffle here. I want to put in, like, another flagship, probably. We go flagship warehouse here, we can probably get over the shuffle. I don't know if we're going to find the thing we really want, which is garrison, but we're not. I mean, I could just pull in a flagship and we'll like triple play a garrison next turn and see what happens. Next turn's looking really ugly on my end, so yeah. The other thing we could do is we could do a like poet plus +1, play the flagship, bury the poet. That doesn't actually do anything because it goes onto the bottom of your deck. Or we take a flagship to hand and just play them and see what happens. I could bury something. Seems unnecessary. Oh good, there's a poet in here. Anyway, we kind of wanted to target Garrison, but I'm not being choosy. I want to watch the copper pile. The kind of, I guess, disappointing thing here is I'm probably just playing the 2 garrisons. I guess there's 3. There's 3 garrisons in here. Yikes. You getting it done with only the 1. Not really where I wanted this to be at. I guess there's some question of like how many garrisons do I actually play, considering well, I guess I'm going to play 1. Surprise. Guess there's like 1 in there, so what do we want on top? Necropolis, sure. Hillfort, sure. Poet, Hillfort, Warehouse. Kind of partial to the other Hillfort, although I kind of actually want to keep it in just because I don't think that my turns work well enough to be worrying about that kind of thing. So maybe we put like a Poet there. Just because it's like the least offensive thing. The good news now is like your garrison is somewhere else, so that's not something that is going to be influencing your next turn any. Bad news is you have 2 flagships out and you're buying a province. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's some potential that I can win here, right? Like, I mean, I need to be taking a change to hand is the thing. So I guess we're playing for next turn. We're just gonna, like, hope that you don't win in the meantime. That seems like a bad plan, but it seems like also all I can really do. Taking a province here seems out of the question, so that's where we're at. I think 2 provinces is quite realistic for you. You know, you have your changes, you have whatever other stuff. Bring a change into hand. I think that may not have been correct. Flagship, you gain a change. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, looks like it's still there. Great. I don't know. Something went wrong. Head isn't so not together today. Let's hope we can get it more together now. Alright, this is a game in which I think we want to target Sentry, maybe? I'm kind of fearful that, like... Okay, so, like, there's Sentry trashing, there's draw, there's lots of power here. I'm kind of fearful that, Heaver. There's something I'm missing. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of fearful that, like, if we go after the Sentry, which now I'm much more inclined to do, that I was going to get beat up by Berserker, but with the Weaver out, that seems substantially less likely, which means I'm kind of inclined to do something like Student Gladiator. I'm not understanding this Weaver. I genuinely do not know. With the idea that, like, we'll have plenty of actions later, so the Gladiator's fine. It gives a real shot at Sentry while, you know, kind of hedging and being able to trash, and maybe we'll get a Conjurer this way. Conjurer's not the worst thing in the world. Let's take Student. And then Gladiator. Okay. I mean, I could get Berserker instead, but I'm not going to. I'm going to buy Sentry here. Okay. Well, we're buying Daimyo here anyways, so it's not a huge deal to have. Have the Student miss. Well, it is a big deal. Like, you would much rather be playing with, you know, more things. Okay. I'm gonna trash two estates. Don't rotate. I guess we may want to top. No, we're just gonna trash 2 estates and take another Daimyo, right? Why don't we get top deck the Student? It's not out of the question. Trying to figure out, like, what is next turn doing or hitting. I mean, it could hit enough for a Berserker, which I would totally take. And I think that's better than taking another Daimyo right now. Just because, like, you're not going to be carrying draw for quite some time, and you're going to be probably fairly under-trashed. Maybe? Okay, well, you're not going to be under-trashed at all. That's the deal. And I am not finding my stuff, so that's not ideal either. Maybe another Daimyo here. Like, I'm still realistically hitting 5 at some point. It's just a matter of, like, can I actually put stuff together instead of just continually seeing, you know, these things apart. And we could take another Daimyo if we really think we're confident in our ability to hit 5 next turn, which I think we should be. Unless, like, Daimyo Sentry both miss. I don't even know how that would happen, but I'm manifesting it because it's, like, the worst possible thing that could happen, and so probably it would, because that's what this game has been about. But, like, I'm happy with where I'm at. Like, I'm not sure how you're building your econ back. I'm gonna put Berserker in. You're not really gonna... Well, Daimyo's sort of draw, but you do have to be able to hit your numbers still. On the other hand, you're about to play Weaver 3 times, which sure can help your economy, right? You can just take like 2 rangers. Maybe putting silvers in makes me more inclined to buy Berserker, which we were doing anyways. We don't really need the ports. Again, there's other village. I mean, a pair of them probably isn't the worst thing ever to have, but at the same time, yeah. Sentry really bottom decking. Okay. Okay. Well, I can do this on student. Can I hit 5 like otherwise? No, I can't. Because right now we're looking at 7 minus 2 is 5. I would really like to get a Berserker in this turn. So plausibly we're going to do like I would really like to get a Berserker this turn. Okay, we're gonna have to Daimyo the Gladiator. Okay. Trash one of these. Don't rotate. I think we're taking ports over Conjure. Is that accurate at all? I don't think that's accurate at all. I think we're taking Conjure. I mean, the thing is like leaves me really, really dependent on finding Sentry. And I don't really want to like just expose Conjurer for no reason. So let's do that and take some ports. My working theory is that you are not going to deal with the discard attack well at all. Here's a question. Can I Berserker some stuff productively? Like I could get ports plus a ranger, maybe? I'm still super dependent in that case on getting the Gladiator out for my money. Although maybe we just like go up and get ourselves a fortune. No, I think we can do it this way. Like we can get 2 rangers, right? And leave one on top. Ports plus ranger. Even have like some chance at leaving ports on top. Ports. Yeah, because our buy wants to be probably Daimyo. Or actually, maybe it's Fortune, now that I mention it. Port on top. Well, we want to buy Fortune, so let's not play the student. Maybe I'll just mysteriously start drawing, but I kind of doubt it. These ports are not really that important to me. It's a little bit irritating, but oh well. Don't rotate. Yeah, we could get another ranger. We don't really need it. This should be another Daimyo. Or we don't need the ranger this turn at least. Yeah, I think we're good. Well, will we cover this game? Probably. I really hope. I guess now you're able to get yourself up to fortune. It's probably a good thing to be doing. But like I should be able to clean out the daimyos here, right? And then do we need to be daimyoing this ranger? It seems like it's the safe thing to do, but on the other hand, like I should have enough draw everywhere. I'm fairly well trashed down. So like if we Berserker, we can gain another ranger here. Do I just want to like Daimyo Gladiator a whole bunch? Plausibly, yes. Actually, I'll do that. I'm gonna get myself a Weaver to go along with it, I think. Do I? Yeah. Man, at long last. At this point, I'm just holding copper. The other thing about you playing the Weaver is that I now know I can Gladiator this Weaver. Right. What do we want from the Weaver, though? Another ranger would be like the safe option. Let's really make sure that I draw, potentially. It's actually a little bit sketchy just because don't have the greatest village content in my deck. But I think we can wait 2 silvers to next turn. And then maybe go like province, Sentry, double Daimyo. If we leave 2 Daimyos, we're actually a lot more comfortable, right? Province, Sentry Daimyo. Lost City. Okay, this is scary. I'm going to immediately dud. Okay, that's normal. Seems like you didn't find a ranger. Otherwise you'd be playing it right now, immediately. Or you're debating whether to Daimyo a ranger. I'm so dudding here. That's amazing. how it goes. Like, I'm just like seeing every single like bad card in my deck. There's like 5 bad, 6, I guess now up to 7 with the provinces. And I just could not find anything. And I mean, now I can't even like be finding a ranger with this and be happy about it, right? So bad. Oh, pain. Like, your deck's gonna work just fine next turn, I'm sure. Despite having all this. I'm gonna buy the 4 provinces and win. On me. It's a ranger. Gosh dang. What are we doing? Buying duchy? I guess. And I could play the ranger. I don't really see a point in doing that. Like, down there is generally good stuff. The point would be I can buy a province that's not going to stop anything. Please, dud. No? Okay. Apparently that's how today's going. Jeez. I don't even know how to make this work. I got I got a turn ahead and then my deck just didn't do it. I mean, my hope is that you bottom decked your other 2 rangers. That's what we're looking for right now. Because you can totally take 4 provinces this turn if you're able to draw. Cannot believe. I mean, I hope I've prevented a Ranger Daimyo win, if that was in the cards. You have 4 buys if you have your fortune and, like, nothing else, so you can't quite get there, is the hope. Okay, estate's a really good sign. Gosh, you're one coin short. I don't even know if I can beat 3 provinces and a duchy. Well, we'll find out, because there's really no other options at this point. What I'm going to need to do... We're going to need to Daimyo Ranger a lot. We're going to need Daimyo Weaver a lot. We'll do it this way. We can gain like 2 estate, or we can gain lots of estates. What is this anyways? Like, it's 22 points, so that's province, 5 duchies, 2 estates. So I'm gonna need 2 more buys. We have that with the Rangers. So then it's actually just a question of money. I'm gonna need 33 coins. So right now I am sitting on 8. I don't like you have 1 Weaver, you played it last turn, yeah, okay. You are not playing Weaver to a Berserker. I do not need to worry about that. So if I just take 6 silvers now, that maxes out my money. I have my buys. Yeah. This is max money. Is this enough money? Better be. I can't count that high. That's enough money. Alright, I survived the dud. Barely. I mean, I needed a partial dud from you, but jeez. Just, it was not good. Alright, what now? Academy will be more than enough of a village here. Yeah, actually way more than enough of a village here. I guess we're gonna start Sleigh River Shrine. What is Great Leader? Oh, that's, I mean, we totally don't actually need Academy. Most likely. I guess we're going to start Sleigh River Shrine, the idea being like River Shrine can gain Magpie. If we collide the two, then the Magpie goes on top. Longer term, you're playing like Catacombs, Rice, whatever. Idol is a good attack, or Idol's an attack. I don't think there's any point in opening silver. Maybe like hit 5 and do the River Shrine. And then you'd buy Counterfeit and be not overly thrilled with that. Maybe you'd buy Catacombs. I don't know. I am thoroughly convinced that this is the way to go. Now I'll start picking up Magpies. Looks like we're going to pick up a lot of Magpies. Or multiple Magpies or something. We've gotten a couple of extra estates out. Do I take Counterfeit over Catacombs? I guess the answer is, at the moment the answer is yes, I do. I mean, the River Shrine can trash out the coppers, but we can trash them out a little bit quicker, too. Okay, your estates are not actually gone yet. Your River Shrine miss? No. No, it didn't. Okay. Now what? I actually I'm looking at a Devil's Workshop right now because once we have Great Leader, the imps are just like, I mean, the imps are good, and Great Leader's about to be active, so let's go ahead and grab our thing. And then from here is going to be managing draw properly, which I'm carrying less at the moment, I'll say. You have a bunch of sleighs in. That is overly reasonable. Okay. Trash here. I saw both horses. That's kind of annoying. What are we reaching here? Like, if we go up and we reach rice, what does that actually get us? Like, I could camel this. Do I actually need more draw in my deck? Maybe. Kind of feel like I do. I mean, the sleighs are good, right? On your end. You have like one horse. Like, you're not getting through stuff this turn. Could also like trash one and take a rice. I don't know how many magpies are in this little bit. I know there's like I think there should be at least two. I kind of do want the extra buying power now. Hope that was two. 3 magpies is fine. It's fine. You are producing a lot more draw, but you also are a lot lighter on the payload side. And this Devil's Workshop will improve my draw tremendously. I hope. Right now, we're just trying to kind of out payload the other side as it potentially outdraws me. Alright, I mean, we found all of our stuff, so that's fine. Now what? Another rice, Catacombs. I really feel like I need to add draw. Could go like Sleigh Idol. The thing is, I feel like this could really fall apart really fast. Like, although it looks like I have more draw right now, not like I have more payload right now. It's like there's some potential that you just like are able to go up and really get stuff. Okay. Let's camel this. And top deck a horse, sure. I could get another idol. I mean, you trashed your River Shrine, make your Stonemasons work on that. I'm a little concerned about piles, I guess. So actually another idol might be a good plan, because then I like have this potential to be like, you know, taking out Stonemason plus Sleigh. I'm kind of concerned that you'll just be able to like do that one of these turns also, but I don't know what I can do about it. Like, you having these Stonemasons is totally frightening, but I'm not quite willing to. I'm not quite willing to defend it yet, or defend against it yet. I guess. It may be dumb. Maybe I should be willing to defend against it already. Okay. Counterfeit the rice. How many buys is that? Like 4? 4 buys. Yeah. I need a Stonemason. Like I might just like buy a plain Stonemason on one of these turns. Whatever. Do we top deck? Maybe. Probably not. What is that card anyways? It's a Magpie. I think a Magpie on top is fine. So let's do that. Get the thing in play for the River Shrine. Wisp is really nice. Give you a curse, sure. Okay, I feel like I do have to do some defense now. So, like, if we're going Province Rice, we're not getting a Stonemason with it, but I do feel like I have to defend against the Stonemason stuff. So, I guess the other alternative is go, like, Province Counterfeit Stonemason. I don't really feel a need to release these golds, but I do feel a need to... Or is Province Rice enough? Like, do I actually need this Stonemason in deck to threaten this pile out? Right now I'm looking at 3 buys, it could be up to 4, which is enough to pile these things. So if we just get a little bit more money in deck, we're good. And that seems like a better option than trying to hold things. I guess I'm also facing a potential problem where, like, if you draw fully, maybe you can just win anyways, now that you have, like, the gold and the counterfeit and whatnot. You can, like, pile a whole bunch of stonemasons pretty easily. Seems plausible. We're going to put these in hand. You can stonemason out. Maybe I need to take 2 provinces. Stonemason for stonemasons and get those out. Things don't look so amazing for me. Just not having a stonemason deck is actually really problematic. Oh, you're just gonna win here. That's what I'm seeing. We're gonna be able to pile stonemasons and take a bunch of provinces. Or do the stonemason pile out and take a bunch of provinces. Like counterfeit, gold. Well, it's a good thing I didn't take the stonemason. Right. Where did this go wrong? I just didn't have stonemason. I mean, I'm concerned about the payload over on that side, for sure. You do need to do a little bit extra. Right. Like, yeah, just like not having a stonemason to be able to trash stuff is kind of horrifying. I lost the Magpie split pretty bad. I'm not really going to blame that. I think there were other things going on. I'm guessing there's going to be a pile out here. Maybe you take like a Catacombs into hand. You can trash the Catacombs for stuff. Like right now I'm looking at Counterfeit. Counterfeit gets you to 4 buys. Which, if I had taken a stonemason, would be terrible, but I haven't, so we're okay there. I don't think... Well, no, you have another stonemason. So, plausibly you can, like, take a... I don't know what into hand. When you take a horse into hand, maybe you can stonemason for 2 more stonemasons, draw around. Yeah. Gross. Yeah, this is there. Blech. maybe I don't go after the idols. I mean, I had to have a Stonemason. That was the big problem. Well, that is putting me in fine demotion places. I was not mentally here. This match, that's no real excuse. I had some pretty iffy opening things happen the first 3 games, so I'm not really blaming those. This last one I feel like I could have gotten. The 4th one I feel like maybe I should have gotten. And the 5th one I barely freaking survived after that dud. I mean, that's just a sign probably that things aren't there. But anyways, we'll try to do better in the next one. Demotion is now going to be a factor, and I'll see you all